It is great to work on these amazing projects, these amazing buildings, knowing that the experience for people as this venue opens is going to be mind-blowing.
For a law firm of our nature to be able to undertake this kind of deal is pretty groundbreaking.
We're not just a large corporate, we're not an airline, we're actually a large employer of people in Liverpool, and we remain loyal to our links and our heritage. It's an incredibly exciting time to be at the firm doing what we're doing.
At Elevate, it's really simple. We've built our agency to be able to commercialise venues. We qualified our search on a global basis. Everton is a globally renowned football club. Liverpool is a globally renowned city for music, entertainment and sport. So, that's where you have to start your search. Hill Dickinson happened to be a global law firm with their headquarters in Liverpool, with deep connections and deep emotion to the city and an appetite to service the communities in which they're founded.
We use data and insights across every stage of the sales process. For Everton Stadium, we explored different strategic angles. For example, for global brands, we led with scale, visibility, reach in the context of the EPL as the driving force there. Whereas for regionally focused brands, we led with impact, community, first-party data acquisition, rewards, and early access, just to name a few. And what was very interesting that we captured in the data was that geographical relevance strongly correlated with partnership intent or partner intent. Players who were deeply involved in the region showed more sustained engagement than others. And ultimately, that is what made Hill Dickinson stand out.
We were doing a lot of work in kind of the Northwest, the city of Liverpool, but on a global scale. So whenever we came across Hill Dickinson and started to unearth the history that they have in the city, the relevance to a stadium being built on the dock, given their maritime history, it just started to make more and more sense.
We could always see the value in the naming rights. It was never lost in us that whoever names that stadium first and the global reach and audience, just the Premier League alone, let alone the other events, would have substantial value. This deal came together because they were willing to look for a partner with a longer term view. And it just felt like it was a unique opportunity that won't present itself to other law firms. There's a feeling they've maybe invested in our growth as well as us investing in theirs, rather than them just supporting another global brand.
They're a real joy to work with because they understood, I think they could see from the very start why this would be such a transformational project for both the city and their families and friends that are, whether they be Everton supporters or people who want to see the biggest concerts coming to Liverpool. They always could see the vision longer term, both, as I say, just on a personal level, but then also what it could do for Hill Dickinson professionally. So it was quite straightforward and easy for Elevate from that point of view.
Firms that come from this region, you do your roots, you remember where you come from, your heritage. For us to be part of something that could bring, best part of £1 billion of investment into the North Docks area of Liverpool, and for us to have been there at the start, that was very attractive, very important to us and to our partners when they were backing in the business, because initially we could both see the value, but it wasn't a deal that was going to work. But they helped us transform it into one that was deliverable, that I could get through our business and get people to see the value of. The conversations, when you go through it, they've gone from, I can see the value, but it won't happen, to actually it then developing with Elevate, where we got to the point where you think, well, actually, this has to happen.
Something I feel very passionate about, being from the city and head of the Liverpool office, is that we use some of what we've got to actually give back and help in terms of maybe people who wouldn't be able to ordinarily get to a Premier League game and get to an event, and we are going to put aside a fair bit of what we have in the way of tickets to make sure we do that. So that's a really important thing for us. I think that we're looking at and we'll make sure we get right, and just make sure that we get a proper representation of the stadium, the tickets are properly used, and they're used by people who really, really appreciate it and take something from it.
The big thing for me is to start to see the partnership come to life. So beyond just the name, because it's never been about a vanity project for us, or even, about partisan football. It's ultimately been about seeing it come alive for the community.